Screw chicken, it's time to teriyaki some beef. Let's get cooking.
This recipe only takes 15 minutes to make, and first, we need to make our sauce. In a mason jar or a bowl, combine 1/4 cup of beef broth, 1/4 cup of tamarind or soya sauce, 1 teaspoon of grated ginger, 4 cloves of pressed or minced garlic, 1 tablespoon of coconut or brown sugar, and 1 teaspoon of rice wine vinegar. Give it a good shake or a whisk and set this aside. And since we aren't using that much sugar in our sauce, we'll need to thicken this up with a slurry of 2 tablespoons water and 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, but let's set those aside for now. Grab yourself 3 colorful bell peppers and slice them into thin strips. It doesn't really matter what colors you pick, unless you're making a YouTube video, just make sure you cut them relatively thin. Lastly, we'll need to thinly slice 1 pound of flank steak. I popped this into the freezer while I was prepping the rest of my ingredients to help it firm up. This just helps you to cut it thinly without it bouncing around under the knife too much. Season it with a little bit of kosher salt, tossing to coat every single piece. All of our prep is done, but now we have to talk about our noodles. I wanted to try out these new healthy noodles called Shirataki noodles. They're made from konjac, a root vegetable from Asia, and are only 15 calories per serving. They don't even need to be cooked. Just rinse underwater and you're all set. Now, let's head over to our cooktop. Start by placing a wok or a large frying pan over high heat. I mean, crank that baby right up. Add in 1 teaspoon of oil, and once it begins to smoke, add in your peppers. Level them out as best as you can, leaving them undisturbed for 1 minute. This is going to start to cook them and blister the skin, leaving a nice color on that side. After a minute, give them a quick toss and cook for another minute and then remove from the pan. This should leave them crispy tender. Put your wok back on the heat, add in another teaspoon of oil, and add in your beef. Same drill as before. 1 minute without touching them on that side. I know it's super tempting to just toss them around the whole time, but you gotta trust me here. Flip them and cook the other side for 30 seconds. Once our flank steak is cooked to your desired doneness, anything over medium rare here will likely be leather. Add your peppers back into the pan along with their juices. Pour your sauce into the pan and bring it up to a boil. Now, remember that water and cornstarch? Combine that together, whisking until all the cornstarch is dissolved, and then pour it into your pan. As this begins to boil, it's gonna thicken up our sauce tremendously, so just keep stirring it around. Add your noodles to the pan, toss to coat, and then it's time to serve. This recipe makes about 4 servings and takes 15 minutes from start to finish. You can top it with some freshly chopped green onions or sesame seeds, whatever you have on hand. If you're looking for another meal prep that takes less than 15 minutes to make, check out this video right here where garlic and butter are the star of the show. These Shirataki noodles are an absolute game changer for healthy eating. I wouldn't advise you use it for something like spaghetti since they are a little bit slimy, but for stir frying, they're similar to udon noodles, which works perfectly. The teriyaki is low calorie since we didn't add that much sugar. Thinly cutting the flank steak helps it fall apart in your mouth.